Welcome to Redeye. It's like Grey's Anatomy, except mine is purple. I'm here tonight with Joanna. She's a model and actress. If hotness were a song, I would belt her in the shower. Adam House?
Kind of.
All right, let's move on, shall we, to the first story of the day? Huckabee's son. So Mike Huckabee's kid is nuttier than a payday. But should a crazy kid ruin your presidential hopes? 10 years ago, the Republican candidate's son, David, hanged a stray dog when he worked at a Boy Scout camp. This is the weirdest crime ever. Oh, it's disgusting. Now, Joanna, a lot of people have weird people in their family. Bill Clinton had Roger Clinton, his brother. He was a druggie. And Billy Carter was Jimmy Carter's brother. He was a drunk. But it's hard to overlook a guy who hangs a dog for mange. That is kind of gross.
I mean, first of all, Huckabee says his son didn't torture the dog, but yet the dog was hanged. Is he trying to say the dog committed suicide?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. I mean, I did the PETA anti-fur campaign. I love animals. I had dogs growing up my whole life. So I think, you know, the way you're raised, it comes out later in life. And the way I mean, somebody tortures an animal is obviously not mentally stable.
It's a good fact. I mean, they look at serial killers, not saying that he's a serial killer. I'm just saying he's whacked out. But he was, you know, serial killers, they first start on little animals. Oh. They start practicing. I've seen the films. I've even practiced myself just to get to know the serial mind killer better. No. What does that mean? Anyway, let me go to Adam. Adam, this story came out right when you see Huckabee rising in the polls. Is this a coincidence?
Oh, not at all. They always go after the guy in first place. We call it the New York Yankees syndrome. Whether you like the Yankees or not, everybody goes after the guy who's winning. You know, the question I have, did his son like the Atlanta Falcons? And a statement, too, Greg. You mentioned Billy Carter. I own a can of Billy beer.
My goodness, how much would that go for now?
I don't know, but I probably should go on eBay. It's actually at home.
Oh,
yeah, it's still full with the old pull-off top. You know, you used to drop inside.
I bet you could get a good $75 for that.
75 cents.
Yeah. I'd spend that money on Applebee's. The baby back ribs are fantastic. Nicole, in presidential politics, are the misdeeds of kids fair game?
You know, it's hard to say. You'd like to think that if the kid was a sadist when he was 17, then maybe he's grown up out of it. But then, you know, he was just almost arrested for having a loaded gun in his suitcase last April. And you got to sometimes look at the parents like, all right, what did you do to the kid that made them turn out like this? But, you know, it always gets below the belt when it gets to be this far along.
Who was the crazed serial killer? Jeffrey Dahmer. Dad was a nice guy. And sometimes you can't tell. I think creepiness jumps generations. Look at Bill. His father's a wonderful guy. Bill, if this kid is crazy, isn't it more of a reason to vote for Huckabee? Because it will provide, like if Huckabee becomes president, this would be the most awesome first son ever.
Absolutely. I mean, have you noticed that Bush's approval ratings went down as his twins became more respectable? Like, we all liked him when they were crazy drunken sluts, but now not so much. But also with this guy, I'm going to go back to what Joanna was saying, innocent until proven guilty. This guy said that he was putting the dog out of his misery. Now, I'm sure that the dog was probably licking him in an adorable fashion, but he could sense that the dog was sick and immediately hung him.
Yes, exactly. Well, you know, there really is no cure for mange. But I gotta stop you on this. Bush's twins or daughters were not sluts. They just drank. And only one of them drank. So I kind of think you owe them an apology.
I'm so sorry, Bush twins.
Yeah, thank you very much. Are they really twins?
Yeah, they're fraternal twins, Greg. They don't have to look alike. Read more books.
I'm going to read more books. But before that, let's move on to the next topic.
All right, then.
Okay, are ladies' nights strictly for the birds? Play on word there, because birds mean girls.
We weren't even listening.
All right. A man has sued a handful of New York nightclubs, saying their ladies' nights are unfair to men. Roy Hollander is his name, and he claims that these hotspots, including both Lotus and the China Club, places I frequent, discriminate by offering women free or discounted admission and drinks. Roy says he's representing all men over age 21 who visited nightclubs since June 2004. Joanna, the nightclub's attorneys say that men might not visit the clubs if they fail to attract enough women. So that makes ladies' nights a necessity. But do they work on you? Do you go to bars because there's a ladies' night?
No, because I can afford to buy my own drink or whatever, but the girls
You have never bought a drink in your life.
Well, speaking from experience, my boyfriend owns one of the hottest clubs in South Beach, Mint Lounge, so of course he wants the hot girls to come in and bring the spenders, the men. So this guy obviously is a broke guy, and his ex left him for, you know, a generous head funge guy, and he took it personally. So I think, you know, it doesn't, and for us, for girls, we need, it takes a lot of money to look good, you know, you gotta get your hair done, your makeup, you want to, you know, get the outfits. So it's like we should get a free drink or two. Or
that makes a lot of sense.
And if it gets you guys drunk enough where you might find me attractive, so be it. I love the fact how you worked in a little plug for your boyfriend's bar. That was fantastic.
That was good. That's a very good girlfriend.
Nicole, Do you think she's right, though, by suing these clubs? Basically, he's telling women he's a cheap loser and they should avoid him.
I just want to know what these men are thinking. We're getting more women into the bars and more drunk. So what is the problem for the men? How is that not helping them?
This is a miserable guy. There's something wrong with him. Pete, shouldn't ladies' nights, however, be designed to benefit men, like women who get in free only if they sleep with us?
If there was a club that could put that rule in effect, you could better believe it. I would be a member. Let's just say maybe Mike Huckabee should hang this guy Roy Hollander instead of a dog. And also